Have you ever had a great idea for an app but just figured, I can't code, so it's impossible? Well, what if I told you that's not true anymore? What if you could design, build, and even install a full stack app right on your phone in under an hour using only AI? Yeah, you heard that right. In this explainer, we're going to show you exactly how it's done. And hey, this isn't some theoretical concept. I'm literally using the app on my Android phone right now. The interface is slick, it's totally functional, and I put the whole thing together with AI in less than an hour. And the craziest part, I did it all without writing a single line of code. So, how did we pull this off? Here's the game plan. First, we'll take a look at the finished app. Then, we'll unpack the AI toolkit that makes all this possible. After that, we'll walk through the whole process, from a simple idea to a working prototype. We'll even see how you can fix bugs just by talking to the AI. And finally, we'll bring the app to life on a real phone. Okay, let's get into it. Before we dig into the how, let's really look at the what. What exactly is this app that we managed to build so fast? We decided to call it Post-Flow AI. And really, at its heart, it's a super smart tool that can take one piece of content, like a picture or a quick video, and just automatically whip up tailored social media posts for you. And I want to be clear, this isn't just a mock-up. It actually takes a media file, it generates specific posts for different platforms like LinkedIn and Reddit, and it gets the tone right for each one. And most importantly, it's installed and running on a real Android phone. This is a legitimate functional application. So, how is any of this even possible, right? Well, the secret sauce is this incredible stack of 3 specific AI tools that all work together perfectly. Let's break down what's in our toolkit. The best way to think about it is like a digital assembly line. First up, you've got Google Stitch. That's our AI designer. Then Google Anti-Gravity comes in as our AI builder. And to finish it all off, we use the good old Android Studio as the compiler, which basically packages everything up for us. So let's look at what each one actually does. Stitch is your designer. You just describe what you want, and it creates these beautiful user interfaces. Then there's Anti-Gravity, the builder. It takes those designs and makes them work, building all the logic from your instructions in plain English. And finally, you have Android Studio, the compiler. It takes all that finished code and packs it into one single file you can install on your phone. All right, now for the really fun part. Let's walk through the actual creation process, step by step. We're going to go from just a simple idea to a clickable prototype that you can actually test out. So we start in Google Stitch. All we do is describe our app idea in a simple text prompt. We tell it we want a modern-looking app with 3 main screens, one for uploading media, another for selecting social media platforms, and a third to show the results. And here's the coolest part. Stitch gives you a QR code so you can immediately preview the design on your own phone to see how it feels. Once you're happy, you just export the whole thing as a zip file. Next stop, Google Anti-Gravity. Now, there is a very quick one-time setup, downloading the software and setting up a project folder. But once that's done, we just upload the design zip file we got from Stitch, and then this is the magic. You give it an instruction as simple as turn these design files into a working mobile application. The AI just does it. It processes the design, connects all the screens, and in just a few moments, it spits out a link where you can go and play with your live working app. Okay, this next part is where things get really wild. I mean, building an app is one thing, but what do you do when something goes wrong? This is where the AI truly shows what it can do. It's the question that always comes up in any kind of development, right? And sure enough, while we were testing, we found a bug. So what happens when something breaks when you're not even using code? So here was our problem. When we clicked the Upload Media button, it wasn't opening the phone's photo gallery like it was supposed to. Instead, it was just jumping straight to the final results screen. A pretty big bug. The main function was completely broken. So how did we fix it? Do we have to dig through lines and lines of code? Nope. We just told the AI what was wrong. We literally typed a description of the problem right into Anti-Gravity's prompt box, just like you'd message a friend for help. And you know what? The AI understood. It analyzed our request, figured out the logical mistake in the app's navigation, and just applied the fix automatically. We refreshed the preview, and bam, the upload button worked perfectly. Problem solved, just like that. And this right here is a perfect example of how smart this app actually is. After we got it working, we uploaded an image and asked for posts for both LinkedIn and Reddit. And look at the difference. The LinkedIn post is professional, it's short, it's got all the right hashtags. The Reddit post, totally casual, conversational, no hashtags. The app actually understands the context of each platform. All right, we're on the home stretch. Let's get into the final stage and see how we take this thing from a preview in a web browser to a real app you can tap on your phone's home screen. This is the final mile. So, to get this on a phone, we need something called an APK file. If you've ever heard of apps from the Google Play Store, they often use a different format. But for installing an app directly, the APK is what you need. Think of it like a .exe file on Windows, but for your Android phone. And these final steps are honestly way easier than you'd think. First, we just tell Anti-Gravity one last time to package up all the project files into a nice, neat folder. Then, we open that folder in Android Studio. That's Google's official tool for this. From there, it's literally a couple of clicks. Build, then Build APK. You let it do its thing, and once it's done, you just click Locate to find your brand new APK file. Now that we have our APK, all that's left is getting it on the phone. And it's as simple as uploading it to Google Drive and then downloading it on your device. You just tap the file, give it permission to install, and that's it. And just like that, there it is. The app icon pops up on your home screen. You open it, and everything works just as it should, from uploading your picture to generating those custom captions. And that's the result. A complete AI-powered app, built from scratch and actually installed on a real phone. We built a social media tool today, but this whole process is about something so much bigger. It's really about democratizing development. That huge wall that used to exist between having a great idea and actually creating something tangible, well, it's never been lower. So the only real question left is,